And welcome, college basketball fans. This is where you want to be, right here on 2K Sports. Some great action ahead, and we're happy to have you here along with us for the ride. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Georgetown Hoyas taking on the UConn Huskies.
And guys, there's just nothing quite like a packed house for a college hoop game. You hear the student section rocking and the band playing. This is pure basketball.
Greg, there's a unique energy and vibrancy with college basketball that is unique. I mean, when you get two high-profile teams meeting up with future stars making a name for themselves, I think it just adds to the excitement.
Oh, look. At the Hoyas starting group, Warren is out there with Price. Then it's Trice. Then there's Hudson. And it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Price. He kicks to Warren. Trice passes to Randolph. From 15 feet away, good. He hits the jump shot.
And one thing about UConn that has been true all throughout their rise as a power, they have always played solid defense. It's something the program really hammers home. And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
And here are the Hoyas now, following the bucket by the Huskies. Price outside. Takes a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And, Greg, you mentioned UConn moments ago in their defensive pride. Some great defenders, Clark, have come out of that school.
Yeah, you look at Emeka Okafor and Hasheem Thabit. Both were dominating rim protectors. And even their guards and swingmen get after you defensively.
And here are the Hoyas now. Trice with it. Makes it off the glass.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Hoyas on D. It's Fernandez with the jam.
And Freak has really come out blazing here in the first half, absolutely imposing his will on the opponent.
And, Greg, that's what great college players do. I mean, they control the game and really make the opposing defenses adjust to them.
Here's Trice to the paint. Here's Hudson. And the rebound goes to Martin.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And it's a completely new group here for the Hoyas. Hoyas on D. They trail by 1. The pass to Reed. It's hauled in by the Hoyas.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Tries from 16, and the shot is long. The steal. And now the Hoyas on the break. Fernandez. He's in at point guard. And it's Sims in at the 4. Wilson the pass to Hodges. Hoyas moving the ball around. Pulls up. High post. Shot's good by Wilson. Wilson's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hoyas. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And for Georgetown, we've got Hodges. And it's Harkless in at the point. Now, here is Reed. Elbow shot, and he hits the jump shot. Reed's got his first points of the game. Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long. Really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. And they've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
Here's Harkless following the bucket by the Huskies. Lock at 6. Felix, the pass to Hodges. And good on the basket. Book it. Hodges has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And the Huskies going with a whole new group out there. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Huskies on top, leading by a point. And time now for the halftime break with the second half of basketball right around the corner. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If we can get hot, this team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
On the floor for UConn, Fernandez in at point guard. Also Keefe out there. And it's Joseph in at the 3 slot. Now here's Price. 9 points in the game so far. 4 on the shot clock. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in. And that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And here are the Hoyas now, following the bucket by the Huskies. Back to Randolph to tie. The shot is off.
Boy, how about the Huskies and the success they've found in the tournament over the years? I mean, 4 titles for that program and all, with the first coming in '99. They've been absolutely dominant the past 2 decades.
The spin freed him up, but he just couldn't follow through with the shot.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. The Huskies making a switch here. McGuire's checked in. There's a good screen. Outside Wilson. He dishes it to Hudson. Now here's Harkless, defended by Fernandez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Huskies have won the college championship, Greg, in a number of ways, both as a favorite and as an underdog.
Yeah, I mean, they won as high as the 1 seed back in '99. And then how about in 2014? They were a 7 seed that went all the way to win and cut down those nets. So they have rightly earned every ounce of fear and respect opponents have for them come tournament time. Well, there have been a lot of great players out of Georgetown over the years, most of them big men, but don't forget about Allen Iverson. He might just be the most popular former Hoya of all time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Huskies, Sims is checked in, and it's Pearson for Martin. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And Allen Iverson was only at Georgetown for 2 seasons. The way he played, he completely set the college basketball hoop world on fire.
We might never see a scorer quite like Iverson again. For his size, what he packed into that small frame was absolutely amazing. As unique and relatable a guy as we've had.
Now here's Wilson. Pass to Harkless. There's a screen. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
And here are the Hoyas now, following the miss by Freak. Now here's Harkless. Wilson into the lane. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. On the free throw, no good. So both teams making some changes here. It's a completely new group here for the Hoyas. Clark, plenty of drama in this one so far.
And I would not be surprised if it goes right down to the buzzer.
Taking a look at the Hoyas, Nelson is out there with Hodges, and it's Gonzalez in at shooting guard.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
And so the first one is good. He'll stay at the line for one more try. And the Hoyas with some changes. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second half. Here's Trice, and stolen by Splitter. It's 2-on-1. And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And Fernandez slams it in.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
A shot by Randolph. Nobody around. The Hoyas with another miss. And so it's UConn with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for joining us.
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh out.